All right, so we are live. Welcome to Intuitive You on Oneness Talk Radio. We are so happy you are here with us today. And today, like every day, it's a very special day, but it's especially special because I met this amazing man, I want to say probably 3 weeks ago. And he's just so full of light and love and truly just a servant of the light. I truly believe it. And we were able to walk on the beach together and just really connect deeply. And then I popped on his site and I was like, wow, he has amazing energy. And I just kind of felt into his energy. He ended up joining our team for One Heart Global. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that. And then just this morning, I went a little deeper into his site. And this man is an amazing international speaker, author, does ceremonies around the world, and is just even more incredible than I realized. So I am just so honored to have him on the show this morning. And he's truly shaking his head because he's just so humble and just that's who he is. So we're going to be talking a little bit more about the intuitive child. But Krishna, welcome to the show. Is there anything you want to share with our audience as we're here together?
Thank you, Abby. It's amazing to be with you online now in this show and also connecting energy, like you say. We had a great time there. We share about our life, and now we are helping, serving, and continue expanding love and joy.
Yeah, it really is that. So Krishna's actually in Mexico, and he was born, I believe, close to where I live. And just truly, I think we really did, Krishna, connected on that place of just unconditional love and service. And he's probably the only other person that I can think of, other than my best friend, that said, I'm just here to serve, Abby. It's not about money. Money comes. And I'm like, oh my goodness, those are my people. And so it's just fun just to see how people are, really just gravitating towards this energy of love, because it's really who we are. So Krishna, I would love to just hear how you feel connected to your intuition and what really got you on that path.
Well, I always say this, and even if my father and mother say, well, don't talk a lot about this, but I like to share that I was raised and born in this environment. When I was like very child, very growing up, I start to see my father meditating, also my mother, and just getting in tune in this energy and environment. So I think I realized that the best goal in every soul is just to realize that, and the rest is coming. Money, travel, energy, jobs, couple, etc., etc. It's just things that are gonna happen in between. But the transition that is the most important is to remember that your soul is connecting with everything around us, and that we have this deeply connection with intuition. If we just go inside and we see the things that happen outside, like a reflection of our soul and our thoughts and our energy and vibration, and that will bring a lot of new energy and also new experiences. Because like we met, just suddenly we were there. I was just visiting my friend, a very close friend, and then we just pump up, and then we start talking, and the energy flow, and like you share some things about yourself, it's the same way. So intuition, I think it's a very important tool that we can develop, because we all human beings have it, and we just need to get in tune, have some tools obviously, and with that just have a discipline to realize that the most important key is just to go inside, even with meditation, contemplation, just walking around, bicycling, doing whatever you really feel like you're in tune with, and the intuition start to come.
That's so true. I notice, people know around here I'm walking all of the time because I'm like, I feel my intuition when I'm connected to my body. And we all do. I just had another client. She's like, man, I feel like I need to get connected. I'm like, get physical, like move your body, and you feel it. You get grounded in the energy of what you know. You really embody it. And there is a synchronicity, and I feel like a divine alignment when you're listening to your intuition, because to me, it really is the voice of your soul, Krishna. It's like this higher part of you that really is you. It really is the truth of you. And just
Mhm.
even thinking how we connected. So your friend, I mean, I met him over 10 years ago, and he's like, Abby, you have to meet this
Oh,
person. You have to meet this person, right? Like he just knew, right? So it's just like things are kind of like always in the works, even if we don't see them right away. Later we do. And so that's why I just really believe in trusting ourselves and the synchronicity of life when we move into alignment with our soul. And I briefly saw, I mean, you do some practices, I think, around yoga. I wonder if there's any way for you to invite the audience to kind of develop something they can do every day to tune into their intuition, if anything just comes to mind of, yeah, how they can connect in, you know?
yes. Well, there's a beautiful exercise that they can do. I recommend this usually at night. Like you just grab a glass of water, before you go to bed. It's important to remember what things did you do during the day. And it's very nice that you can just at least few minutes before you go to bed, drink the half of the glass of water and just start trying to remember how do you wake up, which emotions do you have, with whom do you talk, if you during the day had an argument with somebody or just was relaxed and chilled, you had to do a lot of things. How was the day really? What things did you enjoy? The smells, what did you eat? Little things that happen during the day, but they are very important because they come to our brain, right? So when you drink this glass of water, the half of it, you just connect with that, and you bring this powerful energy to your thoughts and say, like, divine energy, bring me the intuition that I need to keep my coming day with more clearness in mind and with more love, with more joy, whatever you need or you feel like you need, and then just sleep. And in the morning, when you wake up, drink the rest of the water. And with that glass of water, you can start developing that energy, because the water also, it's a very important tool which brings a lot of energy inside our cells and our systems. And then when you are in tune with that, you will feel that every morning you will have more clear mind to develop the things that you want to do. So that's one exercise. And if you want, I can share another one that I like to do. And it's that during the day when we have little things to manage, or some challenges coming around, it's nice that you just take a deep breath and go a step back and just analyze everything like he was in a movie. And you see yourself like an actor, and see yourself like just talking and moving around and walking, and like making phone calls and things like this. And you just realize that that's your body working here, and your soul is observing. And that brings you the intuition to a step back and don't make decisions in an emotional way. So just wait for the intuition to come and then make the next step.
Mm-hmm.
So those are a couple of exercises that you can guys do, and it's a very nice way to start a discipline every day, just to realize more how our energy is connecting through our body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I was intuitively guided to drink that glass of water too. So I
Yeah.
think funny that triggered your response to that. That's awesome. I love it. Yeah, simple ways, simple ways. And I love, we share a training called NLP. So it's going objective and just really seeing. And to me, your intuition is a knowing. So it's a knowing of truth. It to me is the divine speaking in and through you, right? So it's just allowing that and trusting that inner voice and that inner guidance to guide
That's true.
you know absolutely. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited to share. So for those of you that don't know, we've started basically translating the intuitive child. So Krishna offered to do that for us, so we're going to be probably bringing it to other countries. Well, definitely to Ecuador, possibly to Mexico and some other places. But I love teaching the intuitive child, because I know that children and also our own inner child has the ability to really feel what our intuition is telling us. And that
Mhm.
really is the invitation this morning too, is what is your intuition telling you? What is it you already know? Because when you start leaning into that, and supporting, your children or the children, and really helping them develop that. Krishna, I was really blessed with amazing parents as well that nurtured my intuition. And so I do give a lot of credit to them too, because when we, are able to do that for children, they feel safe. And also when we're able to do it for ourselves. So I'm just wondering if there's anything else you want to share on that and why you felt called to serve in this way.
Well, when you start realize that life is a transition, and then your intuition brings you a lot of information, and you want to develop things, like a professional way. Maybe if you want to form a family or whatever you want to do in this life, there's a step also very important, that you make the final decision and say, well, I want to do this in my life, right? So you start, studying something. And I remember I could share that I started studying first communication science, and then psychology, and then I tried to go into other topics. My father is a doctor, so I started to study medicine also. And there was a point in my life that I was with a lot of information, but I didn't realize where to go, because we sometimes have a lot of things, we know a lot of things, but where is the path, that we need to take? So that's when I start to develop more the intuition. My father and my mother talked to me a little bit and said, "You, it's up to you. Whatever you decide, it's your decision. Now we give you the tools. Now it's your time, right?" So what I did, I remember I went for a couple of retreats. I stayed a few days with myself, observing other people, younger people, and also connecting with older people. And that's, I think, very important to know the wise knowledge of others. And then finally, my intuition brought me the idea to study more. That was my final, step. So I decided to start studying and other things. And suddenly, I start to feel more clear about my life, and more, like success about my things. But I was in a small step. And then what happened is that suddenly a person called me and say, "Hey, you want to work in this?" Another person offered me another things. And then I started developing things that I didn't ask, they just came. Why? Because I think when you have intuition and you connect with that, and you are in tune with what you love to do, and you're clear about what you want to do in this life, things will come up, and they will pop up
Yeah.
suddenly, like little blossoms around. And you will feel like very blessed, because people like get in tune suddenly. And usually there's like positive things, but it could come like difficulties too. But what I realize is that when we see things like just like a transition, and when you realize that everything is gonna pass, everything, and when we don't get attached to little situations, that's when we realize that, and we will start to feel more clear, relaxed, and enjoyable with everything around. So I recommend always that don't feel attached to anything. Sometimes we get attached a lot to a person, and we suffer because the person, I love it. And other times with our sons or daughters, and oh, he's leaving the house, and where is going to be, and I'm suffering because he got a divorce or whatever. So we just get attached to things, and that it will bring suffer at some point, because at the end we are going to surrender everything here. And the things that you already purchased, like a house, or a car or whatever, somebody else is going to use it, so it's better now just to enjoy and release everything, and try to remember that the best thing that we can do in this world is just to serve. That's the only way. And if we want to serve another person, another situations, life will bring you the recognition, the connection also with everything that you want, that you need to evolve. But at the end, that's the main goal of every soul, to evolve in this body, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, it's fascinating. So you said something that I think is important to highlight is do what you love. So I started my professional company when I was 19 and it was on this place of pure love. Like I was just like, I have this theory that we have our own answers. Like I love life. I want everybody to have love, right? And so that is the gateway. Like your heart, your love, that is the gateway. And then as you merge with that vibration of love, first of all, you realize you're it, everybody else is it, life is it, right? Love is in everything. Then you move into your core. So a couple inches below your belly button, to me, that is your intuition. It's your gut feeling. And that becomes like the compass. Like you talk about like, oh, things came for me too. You're right. I'm teaching in colleges and they're like, hey, do your own program. I'm like, okay, you don't try because you're following the path like a compass, right? And then as you walk down, I call it the illuminated path of your highest potential. Things come to you, right? And you just say thank you. And then same for me, service. Okay, how can I serve? How can I serve? So I truly believe the universe gives you that. And when you're in that place of just humility and service and love, to me, it's like I work for the universe, right? Like that is my boss. It's like, okay, just make sure I'm in integrity with that. And then everything I need comes because I know I'm okay. I know I'm one with that, right? And so I feel like if we can all find that or continue to develop that place of connection where the foundation is love, the guidance is within, from that core. And that's why we're talking about moving your body, whatever that is, to feel your center point. And then, you could be guided to Ecuador like I was in the middle of COVID, or, like you just know where you're meant to go, or for you here, right? And it's just like, and also people know, like your friend, and I don't know, I didn't get his permission to share his name on the show, but it's like he just knew. He's like, you guys have to meet, right? Like there's a certain knowingness that is just felt. So I don't know if you want to add anything else to that, Krishna, but to me, it's the universe is working through us all of the time,
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm in tune with that energy because, like you say, if we remember that with humility, that's also important because other times you start with the ego thinking that you can arrange this and help and this, and we're just little tools that we are trying to help. And we are also connecting. And at the same time, these little tools are the biggest tool, are connecting with yourselves. So we can say that we are tiny, but at the same time we are like giants.
Yeah.
So we are in tune with that energy all the time. And I could develop also an idea about this, just sharing that when you have the opportunity to rest your body, which is very important, to energize your body, also very important. To that energy comes from the food that we have, the exercise that we do, the environment that we are surrounded with. And also when we apply that with intuition, with the things that we love, everything just comes like very easily. So that's mainly like the idea that I want to share, that if we are in tune with this, we will increase our body, our energy, and our soul. And with that, we will put together the things that we want for ourselves, but also the things that we can develop for more people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, I think, the most important in this process, because we will have a very important connection, not just with the universe, but also with human beings and environments. And that, I think, it's also very like important part of our world, because we are here like a social being, so
Yeah.
we're connecting with more.
Yeah. I love that you brought that up, Krishna, because to me, your body is like the instrument, right? So when you
Yes.
talk about taking care of it, resting it, tuning into it, it's like it literally is receiving information, energy. It's like receptors picking up and then transmitters sending it out. So when it's a clear, clean, amazing vessel that's strong and healthy, it's getting information. And there's like 500 million cells in your gut alone. So that's why when I say listen to your gut, like your body is like feeling it, like it knows beyond even your mind. So yes, use your mind to like, help channel thoughts that you want to create, but just realize like no matter what you're thinking, your body knows it's picking up stuff. It's picking up information, right? And it's sending information out, right? Like, we're sending out these waves of love and service and people connecting with their intuition. People that want to hear that feel it and they gravitate towards it. It's a really simple phenomenon, really, you know?
Yes, and we need to start with little steps, like, oh, usually when we start hearing about intuition or spirituality and things like this, people want you to drown in and swim in the ocean and everything and just get into a lot of excitement about it. But it's also important to know that we have to take small steps, because when we take the first step, we will start to feel in it, and then with security we're going to do this next and the next and next, and we were with intuition we'll know which direction to take. Because I don't know if it happened to you at some point, or you maybe know about some friends or something that they want to know more, and they start developing some energy, and then at the end it's not what they want, and something happened bad, like some ugly situations, we may say. And that's also because the intuition didn't work like the perfect moment. Why? Because we sometimes attract also dense energy that wants us to evolve in that position. So sometimes we need to always like figure out if we are like very emotional about something, or that we can just see it more clear and embrace the moment with more present energy. Because the energy, the emotions, like are flowing all the time like a wave, all the time moving around. So I think that's also important in intuition, to remember that intuition, it can develop, but we need to have an observer to do that, and the observer is yourself. So we need to go in that, and that's why I say little step will help for do that.
Hmm. Yeah, I appreciate what you're saying, and taking a step back, so getting less emotional and having that objective perspective. And also, when you say take a little step, it's that, like you said, that certainty, right? Like this feels right, and you begin to trust yourself, right? And so, without much evidence, in my experience, like I would make very bold, intuitive decisions without a whole lot of intellectual stuff, and then all the facts. And this, to this day, this still happens, backs up what my intuition knows. So my point in
Exactly.
telling you that is what Krishna is saying is these little steps, when they're aligned with their intuition, it's solid. You have that certainty, and you take action. You're like, whoa, I can trust myself, and then you get all the confirmation. So it builds self-trust is really my point in sharing that, and then making those decisions, from that place of clarity and knowingness, just keeps you in alignment.
Exactly, because like you say, I mean, when you talk to someone about something that you want to develop, it's also important that you write that energy, and that energy will start to expand, and then this writing will help you to honor your intuition. Because when you write something, you're putting all your energy there, and then while you're walking or doing other things, you can remember, because your brain will have already something that is putting the energy there.
Right.
So I recommend a lot to write things, thoughts, ideas that will start increasing the energy of intuition of yourself.
Hmm. So I love that. And then just kind of highlighting what you said. So kind of write down what it is that you're wanting to create, right? Because this show is very much about like healing and create a life you love. So write down your intention, let your intuition guide you. And maybe even your intention is to develop your intuition, whatever that is, to basically open up, right, to the universe bringing you all of that you're asking for. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, because when you're trying to make a new decision, we need to pay attention to what feels exciting and what energizes and what is the curious about that situation. And then you will start developing more intuition, because you're connecting with thoughts, feelings, emotions, and then with the idea. And that's finally the intuition connecting through little steps
Yep.
forward to start concreting that in the environment, in the material world also.
Yeah, no, we talk about that in the program of going through the layers of consciousness, right? So you have the intuition, it moves through your physical, your emotional. It's just, it brings it in, it embodies it. So
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
So I'm not sure your
Exactly.
timing, how much time you have. So I just want to ask you real quick, what really made you feel like you wanted to be part of our One Heart global mission? Because I know that that's something very dear to my heart, and I know you really felt it in your heart and soul too. So just to share a little bit with the audience about, what that is and your heart's call towards that.
Well, for me, it was a very deep connection because when you start talking about this one heart, I start developing a memory, and about my life, And I remember like visiting since I was kid. My mother is an anthropologist, so we used to visit different villages, and we used to go with kids and bring in food and clothing and teaching them things. So when you start talking about One Heart and all the service that you guys are doing, I just felt in tune with that energy, and I say, well, if I'm here developing these ideas and they are doing that too, and we together can bring more for the people. That was like the first energy that come to me. And also very important, it was that it was we were talking about Spanish, right? So I remember that saying some words in Spanish when we had a talk with the kids, and just felt the faces glowing of the kids to know that somebody is speaking in Spanish too, that wants to help with all this energy from other countries. I think that was a very beautiful experience. And also when I was studying, remember a lot of my friends came from a different heritage, and some of them used to live in a different environments, and it was very important to me to understand that even if we are here in this situation or living in this country or with these things in the material environment, we have a deep connection with ourselves. Every soul have this connection. So it was very beautiful to know that you are doing this, and that I could help with my language also, and that we can bring this love and joy and intuition to the kids. Because I always been thinking that when you start educating kids about intuition and spirituality and connection and energy, they will have more tools in their lives to make the best decisions for their own and for their families and their environment. So I think that was the main idea about this program. And it was just a deep connection. And when I was with all of you just talking and bringing this bridge of language, I say this is just perfect to develop. And when you when you send me all the information about what you share, it was amazing, because I used to teach a lot of courses for kids, Reiki courses. Exactly, we were talking about energy, chakras, and how to develop the energy and connect with our body and heal our body. And when I was like reading all the information, I was like, whoa, my God, this is what I usually do with the kids. And now we're doing in this program. So I thought it's the most important part, just to be intuitive with this and just to develop. So I think it's a very beautiful service, and I'm very happy to know there's many countries in the world that need a lot. I mean, every country needs something, right? But there's special spots that we can share and then grow, and then more people will remember that, because when we're kids, I think we have this energy that is very deep in our souls about what we live.
Yeah.
And even if we're living in a difficult situation, if we have this light of somebody that is bringing information, love, joy, help,
Mm-hmm.
that will keep in my mind, and when I grow I will be like that.
Mm-hmm.
So It doesn't matter where I am. It just need to change the mind.
That's awesome. I love it. I just opened the chat because I promised everybody we would. So, so what Krishna is talking about is if you go to www.theintuitivechild.co, is that's the website we have for it. It will be updated, but there's a lot of information. We actually need to get you on the site, Krishna. But yeah, we started that a while ago, and so we're just so happy to have you a part of it. And it really is something you feel in your heart and soul. And to me, it really actually starts with the universal language of love, which is beyond language, that we just feel. And then we're kind of translating it into English and then Spanish, right? Because it's just like we're really inspiring that greatness of love within everybody. So, Krishna, I don't know if you have to hop off. I know you might have a patient. So if you need to go at any time, just let us know.
Yeah, I have a few minutes. Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So if anybody wants to ask a question in the chat, you're welcome to now for either Krishna or I. I know you guys have been saying things for a while. I'm sorry I didn't turn it on until now. I just got so like engulfed in the conversation. But Krishna, is there anything else that you would like to add or share?
Yes, I could bring this idea about watch our words, the things that we say usually during the day. I think that's very important. Usually we talk, but we don't put a lot of attention in that. And it's very important to know that with words we bring energy also. So during the day, it's important to know which words are we using about, healing, complaining, helping, loving, joying, consciousness, not conscious, what we do, what we usually say. Because when we talk, that's a very beautiful tool that we have. And the voice brings energy, and the energy keeps in our environment, our home, our work, our friends, our fun, whatever. So we need to understand that our words are very important to put the energy that we want to have in our environment. So we need to talk to ourselves about what we really doing in our world, what are we doing and every day, and with that intuition to realize that the words can help or can decrease the intuition. Because if we have a lot of energy, the words saying just, oh, nothing's gonna happen, well, everything is wrong, I can't do this, it's not possible, always like stopping the energy, well, that is what is going to come to yourself. So we need to watch out that, and that will help you a lot in this process. Because when you have that energy, you will start to just flow, to understand the words. And then at the end, remember that the words can bring a castle, or they can just destroy everything, right?
I love that. So what I'm hearing you say is it's not just the words we say to other people, it's also to ourselves, that the self-dialogue.
Yes, exactly. That's very important. I think our mind, we have like 75,000 thoughts every day, and with those thoughts, we usually just talk without thinking, sometimes. We just need to have clear, to understand more how the words can develop some energy that can increase our love, our joy, our gratitude to the world. The power of gratitude is so important. And also when we are attached in these situations, we have little situations or little challenges every day. If I usually talk with friends and family about, have you realized that since we just wake up, we need to realize that we are trying to fix everything. We're resolving everything: how to eat, how to dress, how to connect this, everything. So every day we are just like trying to fix things. So it's very nice to understand that you have the energy to fix some things, and the rest, the universe will fix it for you. So don't get attached to that a lot. Let the universe do her job.
I love that. That's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Yeah. I was noticing. So right before we went live, I like could not, my hair was driving me nuts. And I was like saying negative thoughts, like, can I please just like get my hair right? And then it was like, wait a minute, you need to speak to the divine within you. Like, stop saying that, right? And I know it's so simple and kind of silly. And ultimately, I was like, I don't care. Like, it's the light within me. I'm just going to let it be how it is. But like how I was talking to myself, right? And I would never talk to you like that or anybody. It's like, stop talking like that, just talk to the divine in you and in another, and it's not going to be anything other than love. And yes, it's way easier said than done for sure, but it was just an awareness I had right before. I'm like, why is
Oh,
this
wow.
happening?
Yeah. It's nice because you're realizing that, and yeah, we just catch that ideas during the day because usually we do it automatically, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
because we are just with a lot of emotions through the day. So yeah, it's very nice. It's very nice just to connect, and then there's the energy of the environment. Just walking without shoes. That's beautiful energy.
yeah,
Connecting with a tree, laying in a grass. Just trying to be in tune with that few seconds, few minutes that will bring you that energy, different topics that will bring to your body, to your mind, and to obviously to your world, to every daily things to do.
yeah, absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
it sounds like listen to your intuition. Make sure your words are really creating what you want to have in your life. And Krishna, I know that you have a website. Is it okay to share it with the audience if they want to check it out?
Yeah,
So
of course. Yeah.
you can go
Thank
to
you.
www.krishnacamargo. If you want to say it correctly, you want to spell it actually to make sure. It's actually his name is listed under his picture, but if you want to say it just to make sure, please feel free.
Yes, KRISHNACAMARGO.com. And if you want to go to that, and then there's links there to do connecting in the social media or just email, whatever. And like you say, well, we're very excited because we are sharing this program in Spanish. We're developing everything, and we're all like happy to share it with other people. And if you know other people that wants to bring this program to their schools or wherever, we can start talk about it. So yeah, we're happy to help.
Yeah, it's so fun. So part of the One Heart Global project is every time actually somebody purchases the intuitive development program from my company, which you can go to lifeforceconnection.com, we actually gift one. We gift the intuitive child to a child at the orphanage in Ecuador. And so we're planning on building a full school and wellness center and everything there. So just know as you learn to develop your intuition, you're helping a child. And so that's why we're just so excited. It's not only helping you, it's helping so many other people. So again, for the kids, it's www.theintuitivechild.co. And then if you want to learn the adult version, you can go to lifeforceconnection.com or go to Krishna's site. Cause like at this point, we're just all connected. It's so funny. We have a team in Australia now too. And we're just like, doesn't matter where you go, we're all going to end up in the same circle anyways. So we're doing the same thing and it's so fun. And, we're just happy you're here because I know that we both know like the answers are within you, right? The intuition is already there. We were all born with it. And the more we listen to it, the more we fulfill our purpose. And like you talk about on your site, Krishna, is like we become the infinite. We become all of that fullness that we are. And we fulfill our soul's purpose, which is going to just bring you the greatest fulfillment you could possibly imagine.
That's true. That's true. So yeah, I appreciate a lot. I love to talk with you. Your energy always is like uplifting, and thank you for having me here. And yeah, remember everybody that are seeing this, that the best way to go with intuition is to remember that we need to have is time to ourselves, time to connect with our own, and then start seeing our life not too attached, because when we are just like releasing everything, we will bring more energy, and that will help you to grow in your spiritual way and also have more conscious about everything that we want to do. So we just need to be clear about what we really want to have in our life, and then life will take care of it.
That's so awesome. I love it. I needed to hear that. Thank you so much, Krishna. Thank you all so much for being here, and just namaste, big love, and I'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. See
Right.
you. Bye
Bye.
bye. Jai Guru.